Hey everyone, it's Bug-Eye Manny back at you again with a brand new video, and I have been held against my will to do a mature review. So today, I will be reviewing Shaun of the Dead, part of Spooky Dookie Time, and it is going to be a mature review. So, Shaun of the Dead is a parody of Dawn of the Dead. The funny thing is, these two zombie films came out the same exact year, in 2004. Shaun of the Dead, of course, is a British comedy zombie film, and Dawn of the Dead is a American horror film with American actors. I remember seeing Shaun of the Dead years ago at my cousin's house, of course, like always, and I was blown away by the comedy and the characters. I really enjoyed this film because of Simon Pegg's charisma and his charm, as well as Nick Frost's and Simon Pegg's their relationship as friends. They have a really good friendship. Now, I heard all these rumors that they were gay in real life, but I don't think so. They're just really good friends. They collaborate in many films and shows on television. So I think these two actors did a wonderful job. Bill Nighy is also in this film, making a special cameo appearance as Simon Pegg's father. So I thought that was very cool. And we get to see Simon Pegg's life before the zombie apocalypse begins. He's kind of a loner. He does drugs. He gets drunk, gets high, you know. And he's a loner. He's a nobody. All he cares about is a pub, and he's having some problems with his girlfriend Liz. A man is not cheating. He is kind of attracted to Liz, but Liz is not attracted to him. So Nick Frost, oh my god, I'm so stupid. Simon Pegg has to, make things right, but he's a loser, he's always waking up late. He's with his roommate, and the Darth Maul, the guy who does Darth Maul's voice in Star Wars, is also sharing their apartment together with them, and he wants Nick Frost to move out. Simon Pegg's like, heck no, he's my best friend. So they get into arguments, and it is very hilarious. Soon the zombie apocalypse begins, and I think the movie really parodies Dawn of the Dead very well. Like in the beginning where everything's like, are they dead or are they not dead? Like in Dawn of the Dead, she walks by this ambulance and there's like a person that looks dead, but they're not dead. Well, they parody this very well in Shaun of the Dead. There's a woman eating a guy, but Simon Pegg thinks she's making out with him, when in reality she's chewing his neck apart and his bones like that. Very effective scene, and it was truly comedic and fantastic. I think the music is awesome, and the zombies are scary as heck. Even though this is a comedy film, the zombies still are pretty effective in scaring the heck out of you. And that's why I found this film a great film to review for Spooky Dookie Time. So Simon Pegg has to band together with Nick Frost. The guy who was inside the apartment with him, unfortunately, was bit and has died. Simon Pegg and Nick Frost go on an adventure to get to this pub, the Winchester. First, we go to the Winchester, pick up Liz, kill Dad, and get Mom, and wait for this all to blow over. Great scene. I love that that little moment. It was fantastic. So yeah, they have to get Mom first, his mom, and Shawn's stepdad is bit. He's bitten. I think he's bitten. He does get bit. He gets bitten anyway on their way to the vehicle. So they have to put him down soon inside the vehicle, and it's a very dramatic, sad scene for a comedy film. His stepdad tells him that, he's sorry that he hasn't always been there for him, and they make up, and that's that. He eventually dies. I thought this was a very sad, dramatic scene for the film, and I was actually shocked that they had so many of these dramatic scenes inside the movie. Some comedy movies are purely comedy, and they're only purely made for you to laugh. And for a parody film, you would expect this to be one of those films that just wants to make you laugh. But no, this movie actually has a lot of heart, a lot of deep relationship issues, a lot of characters interacting with each other, having to fight in this world, this crazy zombie apocalypse, and it is insane. The zombie apocalypse is not friendly. Eventually, they band up with Liz and these two other characters, and they have to get to the Winchester. When they get into the Winchester, it's kind of parodying the shopping mall from Dawn of the Dead, a little bit, but it has its own unique twist and is fresh and not a carbon copy of the mall. So yeah, they stay here, and it is revealed that Shawn's mother has unfortunately been bitten. And like I said earlier, where they have a lot of suspenseful, sad scenes in this film, this is another one of the scenes where there's no comedy at all, and Shawn has to put down his mother. It's very dramatic and suspenseful, and I just got to give the filmmakers just a pat on the back, because this was a very dramatic scene, and it was most needed. I really enjoyed this, this drama that the characters have in the film. So yeah, it was awesome. And then we start losing characters along the way inside the Winchester. The zombies start breaking in, and we lose some characters. Not a lot of people make it out. Nick Frost even gets bit, which is very shocking. It was also a very sad scene where he gets bit and he does turn into a zombie. So yeah, that was intense as well. And right at the end, only Shawn and Liz are the last survivors of that group. And the cool thing is, this is a very, very interesting take. The zombies start getting trained, which is really, really cool. The people start finding ways to train the zombies and make them more human. So what Simon Pegg does is take Nick Frost and actually make him more human again. So they play video games right at the end. It was a fantastic, well-directed scene where they're playing, and it was cracking me up. It was funny as heck. So Shaun of the Dead has a wonderful blend of comedy, horror, gore, romance, and action, all bundled up together into one amazing, beautiful, fantastic, just iconic movie. This movie is a classic. I enjoy the scenes where they have to try to act like zombies, where they're planning to go to the Winchester, but there's hordes of zombies blocking the Winchester, so they have to act like zombies. Now, this scene is very comedic, and it's hilarious. That you couldn't do this in another zombie movie. They would just eat you. But it's Shaun of the Dead, so they did it in Shaun of the Dead, and it worked perfectly. It was funny as heck. It was really hilarious. And then they do get to the Winchester. They find the gun. They start shooting the zombies. It was awesome. I also enjoyed Liz and Shawn's romance. I found it very effective and realistic. I think they had a good bond with each other. I didn't see anything wrong with it. I thought the supporting cast was great. Like the girl that went with them in the group. I forgot her name. I'm so sorry. And the other guy who right at the end almost apologized to Simon Pegg, but then got ripped apart by flesh-eating zombies. So I thought that was a great scene as well. Very effective. Like, a lot of these scenes in the film are heart-wrenching, and that's not expected in these parody comedy films, because a lot of these parody comedy films are just pure comedy. For example, Epic Movie. You can't get into these movies. Like, Epic Movie, it's just made for comedy, and, you can't take it serious. This film, in some instances, you actually can take it pretty seriously. I'm going to rate Shaun of the Dead an A+. I don't have many flaws with it. What flaws do I have with this film? Oh, what flaws? I don't Okay, the ending. The ending, it was No, I'm not gonna criticize the ending. The ending was not expected, okay, and that's what made it shocking. So I'm not going to criticize the ending. What is there to criticize in this movie, really? Um, what? I don't know, ladies and gentlemen. I think this movie is nearly perfect in my opinion. It is very, very good. It's that good. I think the music was even really effective. The characters were really effective. The comedy was really effective. Everything was effective, and I think it was almost a nearly flawless film. If I would criticize it a little bit, some scenes do drag on a little bit, and people, you want to get the plot going, but in a way, not really. I think the film does a fantastic job blending in comedy, action, romance, and drama all in together, and it doesn't really have a problem. It knows what it is trying to do, and it does it effective. I think this film is amazing, and I'm going to rate it an A plus. I don't really have a lot of problems with it. I was going to criticize Shawn's drug use and alcohol abuse, but that is what makes the character a loser in the beginning, and you see him progress to the end as a hero and a mature man who has to lead Liz the right way in their life. And I think the drug abuse and the alcohol abuse really shows how bad, you know, his Shawn's life was before the apocalypse, how topsy-turvy it was. So I'm going to rate it an A+. I find it fantastic. I love this movie. I see it all the time, and I think it was a perfect film for Spooky Dooky time. Not a Halloween film, but it does have monsters in it. It does have zombies in it, so you know what? I wanted to go ahead and review this for Spooky Dooky time 2017. I think it is a awesome masterpiece, and will go down as a classic. It already is a classic, but maybe in 20 years it will be just super, super classic. This movie is fantastic from start to finish, and I loved it. What do you think of Shaun of the Dead? Comment down below, subscribe, do whatever the heck you want to do. Bug-Eye Manny, signing off. Alright, I did a mature review. Did you enjoy it? Let me know. Bye, everyone.